So then they... Bingo!
Imagine if Bluey's older brother was still around. He would be the perfect partner in crime for Bluey, guiding her through all the fun and mischief. Remember when Bluey needed help learning how to ride a bike? If her older brother was there, he might have been the one to teach her, just like how big siblings often help with things like that. In real life, older brothers often play the role of protectors and mentors. They show us how to do things, but also share those special moments of laughter and fun. Bluey's brother could have been the one to give her advice when she faced challenges, just like older siblings do. The Healer family's story would feel different with him. He could have been a guiding force for Bluey, offering her a mix of tough love and playful care. What do you think their relationship would have been like?
She wants to marry Mum, and she loves broccoli eaters.
Okay, let's do this!
It's easy to assume that Bluey, the main character of the show, would still shine bright as the star, but her older brother would definitely bring something special to the table. Picture Bluey learning how to ride her bike, but instead of just Bandit or Chili helping her, she's got a big brother alongside them. In real life, older siblings often take on that big role. They show us how to do things, play games with us, and sometimes even teach us life lessons. Just like how, in many households, the older sibling becomes a guide for the younger ones, Bluey's older brother would probably be the one teaching her new things and being a bit of a mentor. Bluey's older brother would definitely be a lot like Bandit in many ways. If you think about how Bandit interacts with Bluey and Bingo, it's clear that he's playful, loving, and even a little strict when it's needed. He's a great dad who balances fun and responsibility. Bluey's older brother, let's say he's 2 years older than Bluey, would have this same energy, bringing a sense of adventure to every game. Maybe he'd be the one who challenges Bluey in games of tag, or even helps Bandit teach her how to be creative. Just like how Bandit encourages Bluey to think outside the box, her older brother would probably do the same. This would make Bluey's life even more fun. Imagine the two of them planning little games and stories, both of them trying to outdo each other in imaginative ways. Many families can relate to the feeling of growing up with siblings. Whether you're laughing together or arguing, the relationship is always full of character-building moments. An older brother would teach Bluey what it means to have that big sibling responsibility. For example, older brothers often take the role of protector, which might mean looking out for Bluey when she gets into trouble. In real life, older siblings play such a strong role in shaping who we are, and Bluey's brother would have played a big part in her growth too. In the show, there's a subtle but clear reference to the idea that Bluey isn't the firstborn in the family. In the episode Rainy Day, we learn that Bluey is a rainbow baby, a term for a child born after a family suffers a miscarriage. This reveals that Bluey's older brother might have existed at some point but passed away before Bluey was born. The Healer family's story would have been different if Bluey's brother had grown up with them, but the love and connection they share would still be the same. The Healer family has always been close-knit, and Bluey's brother would have added a new dynamic that would only strengthen their bond. Now, what about Bingo? If Bluey's older brother had existed, Bingo might not have been born at all. Bandit and Chili had different opinions about family size, which is evident in the episode where Bandit talks to Pat about possibly getting a vasectomy.
I'm keen to get it done, but Chili, she wants to keep her options open, but I don't know. Do we want any more of these things running around?
If Bluey's older brother had been born, it's possible that Bandit and Chili would have decided not to have a third child, meaning Bingo might never have come into the picture. This would change the whole balance of the Healer family. But who knows? Perhaps with the older brother in the picture, Bingo might have still been born to complete the trio. Bingo's existence adds so much to Bluey's life, though. She's the playful, emotional sibling who always looks up to her older sister. If Bluey's older brother had been there, maybe Bingo would have been the wild one, while Bluey and her brother would have been the creative duo. It's interesting to think about how their personalities would have worked together, especially when we compare it to how other siblings interact in real life. In families, younger siblings often look up to their older ones for guidance. So, if Bluey had an older brother, he would be her role model, just as she is to Bingo. Would his personality be more like Bandit's or more like Chili's? It's hard to say. In some ways, he might take after Bandit's fun-loving, easygoing nature, but with a little more of Chili's quiet wisdom. He would likely be the kind of brother who plays sports with Bluey, challenges her to be the best version of herself, and shows her that sometimes you have to take risks to have fun. Moreover, Bingo's presence could ease the workload for his parents, Bandit and Chili. As he steps into this role, they would have more time for themselves. This newfound time could lead to Bandit and Chili having the opportunity to rest and recharge, something that is often neglected when caring for young children. We could even envision Bandit returning to his love for rugby, a sport he once cherished but had to put on hold due to parental responsibilities. This adjustment would undoubtedly bring balance to the family dynamic, allowing everyone to pursue their passions while still fulfilling their duties as parents. However, there is another important and emotional aspect of Bluey that many fans may not realize: the topic of miscarriage. The loss of a child is a profoundly emotional experience that leaves an everlasting mark on a family. Bluey subtly addresses this through the character of Chili, who experienced a miscarriage before Bluey and Bingo were born. This heart-wrenching storyline adds depth to the show and highlights the resilience of parents in the face of loss. Several theories have been put forth about what may have caused the miscarriage, and one possibility revolves around Chili's family history. After learning about Aunt Brandy's story, it becomes apparent that there may have been a genetic predisposition toward difficulties in pregnancy on Chili's side of the family.
Why can't she just have the thing she wants?
Because it's not meant to be.
Another theory suggests that Chili's emotional state, particularly after receiving devastating news, may have contributed to the miscarriage. It's hinted that the loss of Chili's mother, which occurred before Bluey's birth, could have played a significant role in her emotional well-being, ultimately affecting her pregnancy. Although these questions remain unanswered, they add a layer of complexity to the show, making it not just an entertaining series for children, but also a source of emotional depth for adults. The show may never address this issue explicitly, but its ability to touch on the realities of life, loss, and family dynamics is what makes Bluey so relatable and impactful. Despite the sadness that these themes might introduce, Bluey remains one of the most beloved animated shows, and its influence is expected to last for years to come. With the upcoming release of Season 4, fans can look forward to even more heartwarming moments. In the meantime, the impact of Bluey continues to be felt through the genuine portrayal of family life.